The modern internet relies on a hidden skeletal structure. Beneath the sleek interfaces of the platforms we use daily, massive arrays of interconnected servers run on legacy open-source operating systems. For decades, the cybersecurity industry has operated on a core assumption: maturity equals security. We trust 30-year-old codebases precisely because they have survived decades of manual human auditing and gradual hardening. This trust is absolute. Netflix routes 15% of global internet traffic through servers running the FreeBSD operating system. Sony PlayStation built its console architecture on it. WhatsApp uses it to manage high concurrency communications. They rely on this foundation because its age implies stability. That implied stability just failed. Given only a raw vulnerability advisory for the FreeBSD kernel, an autonomous AI agent powered by Claude constructed a complete, working zero-day attack chain. It bypassed simple brute force crash methods to achieve a root shell, absolute administrative control over unpatched servers. The agent executed this entire process from discovery to weaponization in exactly 4 hours of compute time. If an AI can autonomously bypass 30 years of manual human hardening in a single afternoon, the traditional software assurance model is invalid. Codebase maturity is no longer a viable defense. Historically, AI acted as an assistant, performing traditional fuzzing while humans completed the complex logical reasoning. Today, offensive capabilities require zero manual intervention. These autonomous agents adapt to failures independently, moving beyond simple vulnerability reports to providing reliable, runnable root shells. The agent independently engineered a complete functional attack chain from scratch, completely avoiding random system crashes. Enterprises are currently defending their infrastructure at human speed, while offensive operations are now being executed at the speed of compute. This speed creates a massive window of exposure. A 60-day patching cycle is a static response to a threat that moves in 4 hours. To understand this capability, we have to look at the exact technical execution. The target was CVE 2026-4747, the component responsible for handling Kerberos authentication. To understand the technical threat, we must examine the specific engineering milestones the AI solved. First, it bypassed human latency, instantly provisioning its own specialized environment. Next, the agent executed a non-linear strategy to deliver shellcode, demonstrating a mastery of kernel-level network reassembly. It then surgically terminated hijacked kernel threats. By keeping the target server operational and avoiding kernel panics, the exploit remained invisible. When faced with incorrect memory offsets, the agent utilized mathematical De Bruijn patterns to map the stack layout, replacing weeks of manual debugging. The AI then navigated the most complex boundary, successfully transitioning from Ring 0 kernel space directly into Ring 3 user space to spawn a root shell. Finally, to maintain long-term persistence, it programmatically cleared hardware registers to hide its tracks, ensuring professional-grade stealth. The AI autonomously bypassed the human engineering latency traditionally required to build weaponized end-to-end exploits. The AI demonstrated high-level operating system architectural reasoning. It successfully navigated the intricate boundary between kernel space and user space, executing an autonomous cycle that effectively replaces weeks of highly specialized human labor. This chart outlines the historical economics of cyber warfare. During the Stuxnet era, developing a reliable kernel exploit demanded months of labor from specialists commanding massive salaries. The US-Israeli attack on Iran's Natanz facility through the Stuxnet malware proved this. Weaponized exploits were single-use, high-cost precision munitions that signaled massive nation-state investment. They were highly restricted, scarce assets. By automating the exact engineering work required to build these attack chains, AI eliminates the human labor bottleneck. The supply curve for offensive capability has entirely shifted. Look at the autonomous era column. Capabilities that previously required a dedicated, highly compensated engineering team now take 4 hours and cost merely a few $100s in cloud compute. High-end exploitation is rapidly becoming a near commodity. The sheer expense of attack development is no longer a natural commercial deterrent against sophisticated threats. This graphic illustrates the current standard for enterprise defense. The median time to patch critical vulnerabilities is over 60 days. Directly beneath that is the machine speed exploit window. An AI can generate a fully weaponized exploit in 4 hours. The timeline between a software developer publishing a patch and an active attack occurring in the wild has collapsed to near zero. Any organization taking 60 days to approve a fix when the adversary can weaponize the flaw in 4 hours is effectively undefended. Current regulatory and compliance regimes operate on a defunct premise. They assume that organizational security can be adequately measured through periodic, static checklists and manual audits. This chart displays the assurance fallacy. Human-assessed maturity builds over time, but the moment a codebase is subjected to an AI foundation model operating at scale, that assumed security drops off a mathematical cliff. To survive, enterprise infrastructure requires an immediate architectural pivot. This table outlines the mandatory shift from legacy security requirements to an AI-era technical baseline. The mandate relies on 3 core pillars. First, deploying continuous autonomous discovery to relentlessly probe your own code. Second, implementing heuristic-based interception to detect the reasoning patterns of attacking agents in real time. And third, utilizing policy as code to automate patch validation and deployment. Adhering to traditional point-in-time compliance standards now offers only a dangerous false sense of security. Defense must shift to machine-speed operations. The methodology used to compromise FreeBSD is already being applied to other systems. This slide illustrates the active threat pipeline. The exact same AI system that compromised FreeBSD has subsequently identified over 500 additional high-severity vulnerabilities spread across various codebases. This mass discovery methodology generalizes. Once a capability like this exists, it diffuses. Nation-states, criminal syndicates, and independent lone actors will rapidly deploy similar automated pipelines. We are looking at the reality of fully autonomous cycles of identification, exploit generation, and execution as continuous, low-cost compute jobs. The defensive clock is no longer measured in quarterly audits or 60-day patch cycles. It is measured in the seconds it takes an AI to reason through your codebase. You must aggressively integrate AI into your security pipelines. You are either defending at machine speed or you are a target of certainty. Tick, tock.